Okay, so I am a little bit behind this week with filming and just editing and all the things. We had family in town last week and the week before, and then we have family coming in town this weekend. So I feel like our whole groove is just a little bit off. Not a bad thing, just different. And then this week, I don't know if it's sickness or if it's allergies. I usually have like major issues in the springtime as everything is like blooming and budding and all the pollen starts to come out. I think it's called hay fever, I don't know. But I usually get really allergy ridden this time of year. But then also the boys are super struggling right now. And so it does make me wonder, like, do we all have sickness, colds, like something like that? So anyway, it's just been hard for me to get content out this week due to that. But we do have a really fun floating shelf tutorial video that I had Zach take over the vlog for. And he is a much better filmer and editor than I am. You guys should all check that video out because I just think it's really fun and I'm really proud of him. So I'll put that here. But we are also this week painting the outside of our house, and we do plan to do like a little video series on it because the technique we're using is really different and also really, really cool. I'm obsessed. A booger.
Yeah.
Ew. Get a tissue. There's one up on the counter over there. Do you see it? Yeah. Over there. There you go. Thank you. Wipe it on there. He got a booger. He gets so proud of himself when he gets boogers. Okay, so anyway, I will kind of show you some pictures, and like we are doing a series where we're talking about like how everything is working and what we're doing. We're doing it all ourselves, so it's definitely going to be a process, and we've warned our neighbors like it might take a couple of weeks, maybe 3. The goal is to have it start to finish done within a month. I would love to get the outside of our house in a better place before summer hits, which it's only, you know, it's April 1st today. So I really feel like we could have it done by May. But yeah, I'm really loving it and it's just been so fun. However, I think that's why my allergies are so bad right now, is because I've been spending a lot of time outside. But you are here for the 22-week update, right? I'm 22 weeks. I think I'm 22 weeks. I am 22 weeks. That's what you're here for, is to kind of hear symptoms, possible symptoms, and then maybe I'm not experiencing all of them, but just kind of like sharing what I'm going through too. And then also I am going to be using a few different apps that people suggested in the comments last video, and so it'll be kind of fun. So I'm going to start with the Ovia app because that's what I use, but then I'm also going to be showing showing the Pregnancy Plus app. It's like the pregnancy and then a plus sign. This week I feel like that hand looks a lot bigger. This is crazy. Every single week so much changes. He's the size of corn on the cob. That's kind of big. And that's a little picture of him. One of the reasons why I wanted to look at different apps is just because of the images are all cartoons on here, and I really like to see like realistic pictures of a baby. But I just really wanted something a little bit more realistic looking, just to give me like a better idea of what he actually looks like right now. So I'm excited to take a look at those. But for 22 weeks pregnant, it is saying that he spends the most of his time resting as you rock him to sleep with the movements of your day-to-day activities. I definitely feel that. Like during the day, I don't really feel him move at all. And it's not really until the evening that I feel him move. But while baby boy sleeps the day away, your hair is growing, especially thick, and may grow in odd places. I did have to pluck a hair out of this mole yesterday. It was like dark and long, and I was like, what in the world? So I just plucked it out. It's probably not good to do that on a mole, but whatever. In addition, your fingers and feet may be beginning to swell. That's new for me. So this last week, I mean, I've been on my feet a lot, so I was blaming that, like painting our house and being outside and like on my feet all day long. But like I've been starting to swell in the evenings, and I just feel like in general, I was starting to look puffier than I did with the other two, which is weird because I didn't have any swelling with Zeke and Ezra. So this baby's gonna give me a run for my money, I have a feeling. He's sleeping right now 12 to 14 hours a day. He's trying to touch anything that he can, whether it's his face, body, umbilical cord. He's working on his physical abilities and motor skills by practicing movement and getting a feel for things. His inner ear is also developed to the point where he has a sense of balance. He may not be using that sense of balance on any gymnastics equipment yet, but The more his ears develop, the better the chance that he can hear you when you talk and learn your voice so that when he arrives, he'll recognize you. I love that. His pancreas is already busy creating its own hormones, which helps alleviate your hormonal burden. I feel that. Baby boy is now a foot tall. What? Oh my goodness. Sorry, that looks a lot bigger on camera, but wow, I'm gonna sneeze. I'm miserable. And he weighs close to a pound. His eyes are still developing and he lacks pigment in his iris and therefore an eye color. He is now the size of an ear of corn. So now it's going to talk a little bit about like my symptoms or like potential symptoms that you may be having if you are also around 22 weeks pregnant. How is mom? Those without a detailed knowledge of pregnancy and the symptoms that come with it may be surprised to find out that many of the side effects, particularly in the second trimester, have nothing to do with your womb, but other places like in your body, like hair, nails, and mouth. Your feet and hands may be the next unusual places to feel pregnancy's effects, as they will swell during these next months. Wearing maternity compression stockings may help improve circulation, reduce swelling, and help with varicose veins. I've never had any of that stuff, but I don't want to curse that. I have spider veins in my left leg. I just have a few, like one looks like a bruise on my knee, and I've had it since I had Zeke, but I've never had varicose veins. Your rings may start to feel tighter. Oh my gosh, I still have this dumb nail polish on. I got a pedicure the other week and I was testing colors. I went with that one. Anyway, they're driving me nuts. I need to take it off. Your rings may start to feel tighter. Back to my hand. So I'm not really swelling in my hands yet, but I have my ring off because if we were painting. But toward the end of the day, I have noticed that everything just starts to feel a little tight, and that makes me very uncomfortable. Your foot could grow a whole size bigger. Please no, because I'm already a size 10. That would be so bad. Beyond that, your heartburn might still be lingering too, and return to your expanding womb. It may have made your innie into an outie by now. Nope, I have the deepest belly button of any person I've ever known. This is my third baby, but I mean, my other two did not. My belly button never popped. It's so funny to me. Like I still had an innie. I joke that like I can stick my finger into my belly button like halfway through my abdomen. That's really gross. Okay. Your newly out-facing belly button might be a little sensitive, especially as it rubs against your clothes. Ugh, belly buttons freak me out. But that's generally nothing to worry about. All right, so that's it from the Ovia app this week. I'm gonna hop over to the Pregnancy Plus. Ezra has started to walk, and now he's like randomly like will walk into a room, and it freaks me the heck out because I'm not used to him walking. I'll just be like, gosh, who is that? And I'm like, oh, it's Ezra. Cracks me up. Okay, so I'm new to this app, so I'm just learning kind of like what to expect with it. But I'm on week 22, and it's showing me that the anatomy scan should be soon, which I already had that in my week 20 update, which I'll link here. And then it says the sex scan, which I already had. It talks about how he's gonna be able to start to recognize my voice, and then maybe start to feel kicks that other people can feel, which I feel like that happened at 21 weeks. Yeah, Zach felt the kick last week, I think. So a 3D scan would look something like that. Not that that's my baby, but it's just kind of cool. And a 2D scan would look something like that. Oh, this is really fun. This is what my bump looks like right now. Like that's how big he is, which is so insane. I love seeing pictures like this because it makes it so realistic. Also makes a lot of sense why my tailbone is jutting out at this point. So that's really fun. I love that. He's choosing to walk more than crawl right now, which is so crazy and fun because I just have been so ready for this. But he's still been really like needy for me, so that's been interesting. As far as my symptoms go this week, I still have a lot of food aversions. Meat has been such a struggle for me. I'm my appetite's really low. Like I'm just not super hungry and I'm not probably eating enough. But I also think it's like busyness slash laziness. Like I don't feel like cooking very much. I don't know if that's like a normal pregnancy thing, but cooking has been so hard for me this time, and I just don't ever feel like standing at the stove and cooking a meal or like having any creativity in the kitchen at all. I've had a really hard time. Like I feel blocked when it comes to like meal planning and meal prepping. That's been so frustrating, especially because I need to be feeding my family. I would say acid reflux is still running rampant. This week has been really hard just because of my allergies or my cold or whatever I have going on. There's just not much that you can take. I think Sudafed is okay, but other than, oh gosh, he's kicking a lot right now. I feel like it's taken me forever to feel him, but now that I'm feeling him, it just gives me so much peace. I love feeling him kick. I've just been so tired, but it's also really hard for me to like think that that's from pregnancy because we're painting our house this week. So that's so much work. So we were joking in our last video when we announced that we were painting our house, like that we got a quote for $10,000 to do it, and both of us were like, heck no, like there's no way, like we can do that ourselves. We know how to paint. It really cracks me up though, because like within an hour of painting trim, I was like, oh, I understand that quote now. This is terrible. Like this is gonna take so long. Yeah, I just understand it now. But again, I understand it, but I'm not going to pay it because we know how to do it and it just takes time. So, and I'm in the major nesting phase, so I'm confident that we can get it done. As far as other symptoms go, the craving for sweets is like super insane. I just want sugar all the time. At night, I've been sleeping through the night, except for every like third night, I'll wake up and need to go pee around 3 or 4 a.m. This week my sleep's been messed up, but it's just because I'm stuffed up and I can't breathe out of my nose. So that's been frustrating, but it has nothing to do with pregnancy. But other than that, there's really nothing new over here with pregnancy. I'll do a bump shot. I feel like he is so much higher than my last 2 pregnancies. Well, with Zeke's pregnancy, you know, my abs were still like together, and so my abs like my stomach was still like together, and so whenever I was starting to show with him, it was more like boxy and it wasn't as like round, if that makes sense. And then whenever I was pregnant with Ezra, he sat a lot lower and then was like really basketball. Like my stomach was so cute with Ezra. I loved his pregnancy. And then this time I feel like it's high again and it's not as round. So I don't know, it's so weird how you can carry pregnancy so differently and they're all boys. Like, I don't know, it's so weird. And I feel him a lot higher too. Like he's not, like Ezra would kick down and I felt like his foot was just gonna like fly out of my crotch. That's gross. How else can I say that? He would kick down and I would feel like his foot was just gonna like slide out. Like he was so low. But then this one, when I feel kicks like mostly like right below my belly button. So that's, I mean, that's a lot higher than it was for Ezra. So anyway, I'm gonna do my bump shot. I don't know if it's a ton different this week, but yeah, I'm gonna insert some images of the other boys because it's just kind of fun to compare pregnancies. So, I mean, he looks kind of low right now. It could be his position right now because I feel like he's primarily like right here. And I guess where I've been feeling kicks this whole time I've been talking. So maybe he is kind of low right now, but generally, I mean, that still feels a lot higher. Ezra like sat just like perfectly like right here. But I do feel like he's actually looking more like, I feel like he's looking bigger now. For a while, I just was feeling like my stomach was not near as big as it was with Ezra. But yeah, here's the baby boy. I don't know, most people like the lower paneled maternity pants. I like the high ones. They round it out, they support it. I just like the high ones. But so that's all you're gonna see me in is these high maternity pants. But yeah, I wear a lot of like flowy clothes. So it's just funny. Like when the wind blows, you can definitely like tell that I'm pregnant. Like you can definitely see that there's a bump here, but Just in general, it's not like I wear a lot of maternity clothes. I still really need to find leggings that work. I'm sure it's not hard. I'm gonna look on Amazon and just see if I can try on a few pairs and then send back whatever doesn't fit. But for the most part, except for leggings, I don't really buy maternity clothes. I buy clothes that fit my maternity body and then will also fit my body after pregnancy. So then I don't have to like have any clothes that I like store somewhere. There's only a few things that I store in a tub. Like that's actually maternity wear. So anyway, stay tuned. We've got a lot of fun stuff coming. I feel like I say that every week. I'm gonna try to be catching up on a lot of videos. I'm gonna be doing a video on how I got pregnant with Zeke and how I got pregnant with Ezra. And then if you want to know how I got pregnant with this one, you can just watch this video. I go into that a little bit, but eventually I'd like to do a sit down video talking about that as well. I do have PCOS. And fertility has been an interesting road. I almost feel like I can't claim infertility anymore, even though my journey's been very unique and different. But I was diagnosed with infertility, you know, multiple times, but I just refused to take that diagnosis, and I did a lot of research and took a lot of my health into my own hands. And so I am excited to share that journey with you guys, because I know that there's some watching that are dealing with infertility, and it's just such a hard road, and what worked for me might not work for everybody. But I definitely am a huge advocate for doing your research and learning your body and being in tune with how your body reacts to certain things. So I'm excited to share that. And then also my last video that I did of Ezra's first steps, or not first steps, but some of his first steps, I mentioned that he has a diagnosis of torticollis that he's had since he was about 2 weeks old. And so I want to share another video on that whole experience, because to be honest, his whole journey was downplayed by doctors, and his diagnosis was made out to be like, oh, it's no big deal, like he'll grow out of it, you're gonna have a few months of therapy, and then boom, like it'll be gone. And that's just not been the case. And so I want to share like a first-hand experience, and again, it's not going to be everybody's experience, but I'm really feeling like there needs to be more videos out there about torticollis and how it can affect your family and how it can affect your child. So I'm going to be doing a video on that journey as well. Those are the next 2 videos coming. So yeah, thanks for being here, and we will see you in the next video. What are you doing? You playing? That fire truck?
Yeah. Enough.
Get him, Ezra.
Okay.
Get him.
That's enough. Hey, come on, we got it.
So fast.
We saved him.
You saved him. Are you training? Crash. Ow. Hello. Go Ezra. Go Ezra. Go get it. Go get it.
We got him. We got him.
Good.
We saved him.
We saved him? That's great. Ezra, come here.
We saved him again.
Yay! You're so big. Wow! I love that. You're pushing up by yourself. Good job. You wiping your nose? We're so sick. Are we sick?
I love your nose.
Oh, it's okay. Thank you. Oh my
Welcome.
gosh.
There.
Oh my goodness. Disgusting. Also, Ezra pooped. Oh.